guys. So next story up. It's a lot to unpack here. It's a whole lot going on, but evidently, Mr. Brandon Bills, who would be the brother to Danny Lee, or Danny Lee, however you say the girl's name. She is one of the baby mothers of rapper DaBaby. Remember, we had that whole big story last couple of weeks ago, couple of months ago, I should say, that her and DaBaby had then got into some confrontation at the house while she was there. I mean, evidently they was living together, but he was trying to make her feel like she was just like some random fuck that he was just messing with. She happened to have a baby. They ain't really nothing serious like that, you know, just treated her like she was just some hoe off the street that he was messing around with, okay? And remember, we was real disgusted with that, and I had said that I hope that she left him alone. She said that she was and all of that, but of course, it takes a whole lot for folks to finally get fed up, and evidently Danny is not there. They do have a baby together, so I imagine they do have to have some sort of contact together, but it looks like they might still be at least around each other enough to kind of make it seem like he's still fooling around with her as well as his other baby mama. Now, remember when all that shit happened, her brother was like all over social media saying that the next time he saw DaBaby, he was gonna fuck him up. He was gonna kill, you know, was on site, you know, it was gonna be this, that, and the other. He wanted to fight him. You know, we can even do this in the ring. We can make it be one of these celebrity matches, even though we don't know who the fuck Brandon Bills is. But yeah, you know, I guess he was a celebrity, you know, adjacent because of Danny, who was somewhat of a celebrity, and of course DaBaby, who's this rapper. So he was going on and on about next time he saw DaBaby, it was gonna be on site, right? Okay, well, fast forward to this morning out in Los Angeles. Now, you guys, like I said, it's Super Bowl weekend. It's a whole bunch of people in LA. There's what I imagine are a whole bunch of events going on because, you know, we in LA, we celebrating. Evidently, London on the Track had a bowling event at a bowling alley out there in Los Angeles, and a whole bunch of people were there. And evidently Brandon Bills was there, and evidently DaBaby was there. Evidently Danny Lee, whatever her name is, was there as well, okay? And I've been watching the videos all morning, because if you guys follow the Neighborhood Talk, y'all, they have got to have probably about a good 20 posts just dedicated to this, and the shit just happened, you know, a couple hours ago in Los Angeles, because it was like 1 o'clock in the morning out there. I finally was able to see the video of where it looked like DaBaby did throw the first punch. Now, we don't still have any video of if there was like a confrontation, but it looks like there was a confrontation between the two, like the two was talking, okay? And then it looked like, but we got the tail end of that, because the way this video that I saw started, and it probably will be more videos, you know, by the time I get this video up to you guys that shows like what led up to it. But I saw a video of DaBaby just swing and hit him, okay? And when he hit him, now they were face to face when he hit him. So it wasn't like a sucker punch or nothing like that. When he hit the guy, he kind of he was a little loopy, okay? And after that, that's when the pandemonium started. It looked like DaBaby, his security team or his crew that was with him, his people, they jumped in as well. Brandon, of course, was kind of backing up, not really knowing what's going on. They kind of spilled over onto the bowling lanes, the alley lanes, and that's where the fight kind of ensued. I mean, if you want to call it a fight, it did look like DaBaby's team jumped him, okay? But in DaBaby's defense, let me just explain something to you guys, Now, Brandon and DaBaby obviously have problems with each other. DaBaby is a rapper. He's a celebrity. He pays a security team to protect him, all right? But then you also have this personal problem that DaBaby has with his baby mama's brother, all right? It gets a little dicey in there, because this man want to fight DaBaby on a one-on-one kind of tip, but DaBaby is a celebrity that has a security team that he pays to protect him. So you're not really ever going to get a fair fight, my boy, because You trying to fight a celebrity. The only way that you and DaBaby is gonna be able to like get this off for real, like on that old man-to-man one-on-one shit, is if it happened like at the house. Y'all all together for, you know, a holiday. And you know, some shit go off across the damn kitchen table or something like that. Other than that, you're not really ever gonna have a time where you can have a one-on-one with DaBaby, because he pays these people to do this. So what ends up happening is you done talked all this shit about, okay, it's on site. When I see you, I'm gonna beat your ass and all that, but you're not gonna have the opportunity. So when people say, yeah, his team jumped him, well, he was jumped, but that's what they do. They are security. Okay, this is security. This is not just some people that's hanging around DaBaby. This is security. You tried to touch the person that they get paid to protect, and now we're gonna beat your ass. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't look fair. It's not fair when 5 niggas has jumped on him. Now, first, I thought that it looked like it was just one guy that then held onto his hair, kind of flung him around like a fucking rag doll. Okay, and yes, it was slippery, but the bowling alley is slippery for everybody. It ain't just slippery for Brandon Bills. Okay. But yeah, you know, it was tough for him to get it together, because at first they were all kind of hitting on him. Then finally they backed off. DaBaby probably got a couple of hits in, stopped, and then it was just one guy that was just kind of like swinging him around and slamming him around. Ended up slamming him on the ground, and he hit his face on the stair. I'm not laughing, you guys. It actually was very uncomfortable to watch and embarrassing, because I mean, you done talked all of this up, and yes, you was jumped, but it's still, you know, when you see it on video, you just be like, Lord have mercy, this boy, they done just knocked the hell out of him. And then his shirt was all ripped off, you know. By the time DaBaby walked off, you know, he done got up, got his blunt, put it back in his mouth. It's just kind of walk, like move out the way, like move, okay? But it looked way worse for Brandon. Of course, he just got pummeled by 5 niggas. So it is gonna look worse for him. But you know, he light-skinned, so his whole head and shit was red. It was bad. It was bad. And then of course, he's been all over social media because he's, you know, now he's upset. He's gotta try to, you know, talk. He gotta kind of protect what he just went through. So he's talking about it being slippery. Like I said, it's slippery for everybody. Okay? But how if it was just him and DaBaby, he would beat his ass, that he can fight, you know, and that this, that, and the other, and, you know, all this. He was in a car accident. Child, it was a whole bunch. But it was embarrassing. And Danny got onto her social media and said how, you know, that this was, you know, called DaBaby lame, that, you know, 5, 6 niggas was just gonna approach her brother, and, you know, he ain't even done nothing, and that she prays that this stops because she has a baby to raise. Now, the funny thing is that she is talking about raising a baby and all of this. Like, it kind of felt like she was still kind of making it seem like her and DaBaby need to be able to work it out. That girl is not done with him, obviously, okay? Because after you done beat my brother up and got that shit all on social media, it would have been nothing more than fuck you. Not, I pray that, you know, this has to stop because we have a baby to raise or something. Girl, do you know that your brother just got flung around like a goddamn rag doll all over? I mean, just, I was like, where your shirt at, boy? Child, it was a mess. It was a mess. But like I said, he never gonna get that chance, because DaBaby is a celebrity. Now, DaBaby gonna pay. Now, if Brandon Bills was any kind of smart, he would have sense enough to know that once he get over these hurt feelings of getting embarrassed on social media, and yeah, he got jumped and all of this, he would get in touch with a lawyer, and that lawyer would get some money out of DaBaby, because we all very clearly saw that it was a fight and that DaBaby threw that first punch. So, you know, I understand that it's always, you know, DaBaby, first of all, DaBaby got some great lawyers. He get out of all kind of shit. He didn't kill somebody, right? Didn't he kill somebody in the past or something in self-defense? So I know his lawyers, you know, he got some real good lawyers and all, but Brandon would do himself a favor by getting in touch with a lawyer and seeing what he can work out on this, because We saw it. We saw it with our own eyes, but I want him to get off of social media because it just make it worse. Because we saw it. You got jumped. Yeah, that shit wasn't fair. It's very rarely our fight's fair when it's a whole bunch of people around like that. But yeah, just get your money. Just get paid, okay? And get off of social media. But child, it was did you see it? Like I said, go on the Neighborhood Talk, honey. They got at least 20 posts dedicated to it, and it's gonna be more that came. The last one I saw, Danny had then got off of Instagram, so she over it. But they gonna be going through this kind of shit for years and years and years. That baby ain't even a year old, honey. It's gonna be all of this going on for a long, long time. Story up. So congratulations are in order to our boy Snoop Dogg. Snoop Doggy Dogg. They say that Snoop Dogg was able to purchase the label that he originated from, and that would be DeathRowRecords. Okay, you guys know that Suge Knight had DeathRowRecords. He lost control of it some time ago amidst all of the legal and financial problems that he was having. And it has changed hands a couple of times, but they've kept the name alive as best that they could. I don't think they've really had any artists that have really been on the label or that has put anything out in the last however many years, but the label has still existed. It was owned by MNRK Music Group, and now MNRK Music Group and Snoop Dogg have come to a deal, and he has purchased the label. So Snoop Dogg, mama named him Calvin Brodus, is now the owner of DeathRowRecords, and I think that is a great look. He said he is excited about being there. It makes him feel a special kind of way that he was one of the founding members, that it circled all the way back to him, however many years later. And that he's looking forward to, the next chapter and putting out music. Evidently, he got an album coming out tomorrow, February 11th. I think it was Back on the Row. I think that's the name of the, album that's coming out. So this was all planned. They probably was waiting for they definitely were waiting for the deal to go through before he released the album. But talk about really good planning, because as soon as the shit was finalized, then here comes the album too. So he capitalized very smartly. So we're gonna hope that this album is good. I don't know who's on it. He hasn't put out anything from it. He just let us know that the album was coming. But you guys know DeathRowRecords has its own legacy. I mean, think of all of the artists that used to be on there. Snoop Dogg and Tupac and Dr. Dre. Okay, Dr. Dre used to be the owner with Suge Knight. Lady of Rage, Danny Boy, Jewel, the Dog Pound, like all of the hits that used to come from DeathRowRecords. I'm talking about, it was a time to be alive when DeathRowRecords was at the height, when they were on Wilshire, when we used to drive up there. It wasn't even Wilshire, it was Fairfax area, going towards like the Beverly Center, Fairfax. They had this huge building, this big sign, and we used to like to just drive over there and go by there and just see who we can see and just be, borderline thought and just trying to see what we back in the day. But you guys know me, I was always scary, so I always wanted to be kind of around that kind of environment, but never wanted to get all the way involved because nigga was scary, I was ain't trying to be getting my ass beat and wrapped up. But I had some girlfriends that was dating some of the guys from over there. So yeah, it was a time to be alive though. It was a great time back in the 90s, you guys. So yeah, this is good. I think this is good. DeathRowRecords, definitely, if they can get some artists on there and have like another second coming, like this could be a really good look for Snoop Dogg. So we'll see what happens, you guys. And speaking of Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and all them, are we looking forward to the SuperBowl that is happening this weekend out there in LA? Sunday, SuperBowl Sunday. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time, you guys. Like I was telling you earlier in the video, Make sure y'all safe out there. If you're gonna be in LA, you just need to really kind of just handle yourself accordingly, because shit can go real right or it can go real wrong. So you need to keep all that in mind. But otherwise, I can imagine all of the parties and the good times that's going down in LA. Plus, they say that the weather has been really, really good this last week. So if anything, LA always promises to have some good weather for y'all to enjoy yourselves at. We are looking forward to the halftime show. Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J. Blige. I mean, these are all heavy, heavy hitters. And, you know, of course, Eminem by way of Detroit and Mary J by way of New York, but still, like, we still embrace them over there on the West Coast. So I am just really looking forward. They said, Mary J said that she was watching the rehearsals and that she was even getting goosebumps. The way that everything was just put together and how good it's got. I just was like, I can't wait. I can't wait, you guys. And you seen the trailer? The trailer already gets you pumped up. You be ready. So I feel like I'm gonna have that same feeling as when Katy Perry did the Super Bowl halftime show, and then out of the blue she brought Missy Misdemeanor Elliott up. I was like, oh my God. Y'all, and I was at that Super Bowl party with Mr. and I was trying to act like I had some sense, but I wanted to get up and dance so bad, so bad. And he was like, I know, I was looking at you from across the room like, she better not. And so I was real pumped up there, but this is on a whole nother level of pumptivity. So we ready for the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl halftime show is going to be good. The commercials look like, I've been trying not to really pay attention to the commercials, because now they show the commercials on the fucking Good Morning America and all them kind of shows before the damn show, Super Bowl comes out. So I don't want to see them. I would like to watch them when the Super Bowl comes out, you know, when the game comes on. So yeah, it's going to be a good time had by y'all. You guys cooking? Mr. is responsible for the Super Bowl Sunday festivities around here in the It's Rock's household. Still trying to decide what we going to want. If we going to want, like, you know, just kind of snacky finger foods. You know, Mr. is the gourmet cook in the house. Like, Mr. wants to have like he would love to have a restaurant, and thinking about having a YouTube channel and all of this for his cooking. I'm the survivor cook. You know, I'm gonna make sure that we all make it to the next day. That's the kind of cooking I do. I got my few staples. Y'all done told y'all that, you know, but cooking is not my thing. But Mr. loves it. So on the weekends, he's always the one that, you know, really throws down around here. So he said that he'll do Sunday. And we just still trying to figure it out. I kind of want some wings and things, you know. But then also I kind of feel like I may want some seafood. I'm going to ask the kids what they think they might want, and we going to see. But y'all let me know what y'all having for the Super Bowl over there. Y'all going to be cooking? Y'all ordering food in? Y'all gonna be watching the Super Bowl parties? Not the parties, child. The Super Time half show. Why I keep on saying Super Time? Super Bowl halftime show. Y'all let me know. In the next story, we got a lot of congratulations in this top of the blogs. The next congratulations will go to Sherri Shepherd, who they say will now be replacing Wendy Williams as the permanent host of the Wendy Williams show. Of course, it's not going to be the Wendy Williams show anymore. Now that Sherri Shepherd is going to be there, they're going to rework the name. But she is going to, from what I understand, kind of move smoothly into the spot that she's been, you know, she's been guest hosting on and off, but I think the majority of the time that they've had other guest hosts there since Wendy Williams has been gone. So it's a congratulations for Sherri Shepherd, but it's actually a pretty sad story for Wendy Williams. And I was really hoping that it wasn't gonna come to this, but really, you guys, Wendy Williams hasn't been in her chair since September. I mean, since they went on hiatus. Remember, they were supposed to come back for season 12 in September. We found out that she had COVID. Then we found out that she had like long-term COVID illness. She, of course, already had health issues that we knew about. Most seriously, her Graves' disease. They said that it was interacting, you know, very bad, that she was having a bad reaction to it, and that she was going to have like long-term illness from COVID. So they were kind of stringing us along, or just trying to I guess maybe give her some time to figure out what exactly was going to happen here. So they were like, okay, she's not coming back 2 weeks, give her 2 weeks. Then it was like, give her a month. Then it was like, she'll be back in January. Well, now we're here in February. Still no sign of Wendy Williams. Yes, we have seen, you know, like we saw a video of her walking from the car into the apartment building that she lives in. But she didn't talk. She didn't really look the best. But, you know, again, in Wendy's defense, she don't never really look all that great when she's, you know, even when she was at 100, she always kind of looked a mess. So it was kind of even hard to go by then. She didn't talk, though. But we saw that. We've seen a video. Her son has posted a video. It was a boomerang of her. And he said something along the lines of getting better or something like that. But we've heard many, many stories. We've heard the stories range from she's okay, she's recuperating, she'll be back, all the way up to she's, you know, debilitated, she's in a wheelchair, she can barely talk, and that she's losing like her mind, like she's having dementia. So we've heard the range of what might be going on with Wendy Williams. One thing I can say about Wendy Williams' team is even though it eventually ends up leaking out, what they do make sure is that they keep that woman under wraps. Like we ain't seen nothing from Wendy Williams, okay? Like nothing. We haven't seen her, heard from her, anything. So they definitely keep her protected, and you know, we just don't really know what's going on. But the stories have definitely started to leak out. They're happening more and more. What made me finally believe that, yeah, it's probably pretty dire is that Wells Fargo and Wendy Williams now have a lawsuit because Wells Fargo has frozen her accounts because they believe that she's suffering from dementia. When I was reading the articles about it, they were saying that they say that they believe is because they don't even know for a fact that she has dementia. But like I said, her team keeps her really under wraps. She probably has like financial people and lawyers and things that are handling stuff for her. But Wells Fargo then got to the point like, okay, wait the fuck a minute now. Now we ain't talking about just like you and me might have a couple of $1,000 saved up in our savings account in the Wells Fargo account. They don't really give a fuck about y'all, our little $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 that we got saved. We are talking about Wendy Williams, and this is potentially millions of dollars that are in her account, and the person that earned that money is not in control of it. Okay, so now they have a responsibility to the person that opened that account there to make sure that that person is protected and not just be letting people just be running through her money while she might not be able to say what she wants to happen with her money. Okay, so it's a protective measure, I'm sure, but Wendy Williams or her team, because like I said, we ain't seen her, so we don't really know who's saying this, but they have this suit now trying to, I guess, get that money unfrozen and all of that. So that has been a mess. But when I heard about that Wells Fargo case, then I was just like, okay, it must really be something for real going on here. Okay, because when the banks get to getting involved like that, then it's more than just she's sick and she's trying to recuperate. Now it's just sort of like, is she out of her, is the dementia there? Now, we have been talking about Wendy Williams and her forgetfulness, her flighty, kind of not remembering things, sometimes saying things like out of the blue when she would be in her chair and when she would be doing her hot topics or things. She couldn't keep her train of thought. I mean, this has been going on for some years. And anybody that has been involved or has family members that have had dementia, then you guys know that it's a progressive thing. So it doesn't happen overnight. It might take years for it to finally start to get so bad that it starts to interrupt our regular life. And, we might, I don't know this for a fact, but, it just seems like once the banks got to get involved like this, that might be really what exactly is happening, is that Wendy Williams, unfortunately, might be suffering from some, mental health issues, medical health issues, dementia. We know her Graves' disease and lymphedema, like all of the things that she suffers from. So that kind of thing is really heartbreaking. People feel a way that they feel about Wendy Williams, and yes, she's done what she's done, but I just still hate to see something like this happen to her. I hate to see her leave her legacy, like for it to fall apart like this. She wasn't able to leave on her own terms. She wasn't able to, you know, have a farewell season. People come celebrate her, like all of that. None of that got to happen. You know, it's just been downhill ever since we've known about the shit that went on with her husband. And all of that is just gone downhill. You know, people will say it's her karma and all. You know, it's her job. It was what people wanted at a time. And quiet as it's kept, people still want that kind of salacious gossip. You know, the blogs and things that are reported, you know, people like that kind of mess. So people give her a hard time, but the blogs, a lot of people do that kind of, you know, that kind of reporting, that kind of entertainment gossip reporting and things like that. So I hate that this is happening to her. And so I you know, but it's starting to look like we won't see Wendy Williams, at least not in that capacity any longer. Like I said, congratulations to Sherri Shepherd. You know, she's been out there working, hustling. You know, she was on The View. She's bounced around. She's been on the Ricky Smiley show, Dish Network or whatever it's called show. And now she's doing this. And so she's been, you know, doing the little steps. She's been climbing the stairs slowly. And now it looks like she's going to have her own show. It happened for Nick Cannon. I mean, if anything, that spot at Wendy Williams was the spot to be in if you wanted people to get a good look at you and see if you could handle an actual talk show. So congratulations to her. But prayers up for Wendy Williams, you guys. It ain't looking good. All right, you guys, next story up. So folks are up in arms and mad at Anna Wintour, and I guess by extension, Kim Kardashian, because Kim Kardashian is the cover model for the latest Vogue issue, the February issue. We all know that February is Black History Month, and people are feeling a way about the fact that Vogue did not put Andre Leon Talley on the cover of the February issue, you know, because it's Black History Month. He was like this iconic figure at Vogue magazine, and he is a Black man. Well, in Anna Wintour's defense, you guys, I understand how it goes. You have a 200, 300 page magazine that is typeset, laid out, and ready to print ahead of time before it is actually distributed to go out into circulation. Andrew, why do I keep wanting to call him Andrew? Andre Leon Talley died just a few weeks ago. There's no way that this magazine can go back, change up their whole schedule, go to the printers, get all of this done within a couple of weeks. They have a schedule that they have to adhere to. And yes, in a perfect world, it would have been nice that it would have worked out, that they could have put him on the February issue. But you guys, I mean, it sounds callous, but he would have had to have died some months ago before they could actually go in and change the schedule so that they can put him on the February issue. It just was not going to work out. It's a logistics thing. It is a time schedule. It is something that they have to stick to. And yes, you know, you know, my cousins, I love us to death. I do. But sometimes we just don't always know. And when I say we, even myself included, sometimes we just don't always know the ins and outs of what it takes to put a magazine out. Now, they probably will put him on a cover, but it's going to be a couple of months later, you know, because we cannot interrupt the schedule. This is just what it is, you guys. So, and people love to be mad at Kim Kardashian, you know, give a motherfucker a reason to be mad at Kim Kardashian, and they going to have it. So, it just was already one, you know, it was already one mark that they didn't have Andre Leon Talley on the cover for February, and then it was a second mark that Kim Kardashian is on there. But Kim Kardashian was already planned to be on there. They already had the spread. Like I said, you just can't be changing the shit up like that, okay? So I don't think that it was a slight in any way to the Black community or to Andre Leon Talley. It just did not work out in the time schedule that they already have in place. Louis. If it's not blue, it's Louis. If it's not blue, it's Louis. Anyway, you guys can probably look forward to seeing him on a cover in future issues, but not for the month of February. Guys, I'm gonna get off of here and get to work. We ain't got no Power this weekend. What is that? Power Book 4 Force. We won't have that this weekend because of the Super Bowl. So I won't see you guys again until Tuesday when I do my Love and Hip Hop family reunion finale. All right, so yeah. Anyway, you guys, let me get off of here. We do this every single week. So make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time.